Hello everyone and welcome to this video where today I'm going to be filming my 11-week pregnancy update. So as always, little disclaimer, as this is my 11-week update, I will be posting this once I am post 12 weeks, and if you see me looking down then I've got my notebook here in front of me with all the updates from this week. So I don't actually think I've had too much changing again this week, so I'll start off with the things that have stayed the same for me. So I've still really been struggling with food, as I say every week. I am just sticking to the same foods most days now, and that seems to be working for me for sickness wise. So that is what I'm just going to carry on doing for now, and then hopefully I can start slowly reintroducing things back into my diet that I used to eat as the pregnancy goes on again. I have still been going to bed really early again this week. That seems to be working for me and keeping my tiredness levels at bay. So again, that is what I will carry on doing for now. I think it works out that I end up getting about 9 hours sleep a night. Now, I am someone who could probably have between 8 and 9 hours sleep normally, but I seem to be needing that 9 hours more now. And yeah, that really does help me to keep the tiredness at bay throughout the day then. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep doing that where I can. So one thing that I've personally changed for myself this week is changing the vitamins that I've been taking containing vitamin D. So I used to take these ones, I don't think you can see very well actually, they're by Boots, but they're vitamin D just tablets. They work perfectly fine, they don't have a horrible taste or anything, but personally for me I really struggle with taking tablets. And they are only really small tablets. In fact, I can show you how big they are for people that, you know, aren't keen on taking tablets. They are tiny, but just because of the dry texture, I've been really struggling to take them, and I take them in the mornings. And sometimes that can make me gag and then make me feel quite sick to start the day. So I wanted to do a little bit of research and see if there was any vitamin D gummies out there. So I had been looking around and managed to find these ones. So again, they're by Boots. They pretty much look like the exact same ones as what I was using before. But yeah, they're just like chewy gummies. Now, they do have a little bit of a dry texture to them and they don't have the best taste. However, they are so much better and easier for me to take personally than what the tablets were. So I'm definitely going to stick to taking the vitamin D gummies now. So one new symptom that I've been experiencing this week is that I'm starting to feel lots of stretching right down the sides of my stomach. Now, I tend to notice this more later on in the day and after I've had my big evening meal. I think obviously where I'd eaten, there's less room in there. So yeah, it's definitely starting to stretch a lot more. This can feel quite uncomfortable. However, I find that lying on my side, obviously not straight after eating, but a little while after eating kind of helps relieve that stretch a little bit as well. Again, it's not really painful, it's just slightly uncomfortable. So something that I've also noted down this week is that I've began to feel quite uncomfortable sleeping. I'm trying my best not to lie on my back, but before I fell pregnant, I was a back sleeper and also a tummy sleeper as well, which obviously isn't ideal in pregnancy. It is recommended that you sleep on your side, especially on your left side as well, the further on in pregnancy that you get. So I thought that I would start beginning to train myself into sleeping into those positions, as if you're not used to sleeping like that, it can feel weird and quite uncomfortable at first, and I've definitely found that. So I think for me personally, it was a good idea that I started trying to train myself to sleep different ways. But yeah, because I'm doing that now, it's not the most comfortable sleeping at the moment. So I think that is it for updates this week. As I mentioned, not too much has changed really. I've had a lot of the same symptoms But yeah, I imagine that's going to change again over the next few weeks. So that's it for my 11-week pregnancy update. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.